Greetings all, Raphael X with another video after so much time of traveling to other countries, being in places where I really couldn't do a video. There wasn't much privacy, but after about a month, hope to continue with these videos again. All right, so without further ado, let's start with a prayer, asking our Blessed Mother for help. In nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu mulieribus et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Jesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen. Ave Maria, sede sapientiae, ora pro nobis, nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti. Amen. All right, our prayer in Latin after much time not being together. Please subscribe, click on the notifications button, leave a comment, share this video, all that stuff. Do whatever you want with this video on YouTube. So today I do want to talk about a very important figure, a neo-globalist, we can say, because globalism has definitely taken a shift to a more post-humanist bent. It's almost anti-human in the sense that they look for the proliferation of AI. And of course, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you could look, you can stress artificial intelligence to the point where you value it over man. So this is he's written, I think, 3 books, and they're all at the airports. This is interesting. I actually bought this. I didn't buy this at the airport, but I bought it in the country where I was in the Middle East. But in the airports, you see the books, Homo Sapiens, the other one, I forget the name of the book, but this is the book here. I believe this is his latest book, 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. Yuval Noah Harari, or Harari, however you pronounce it. He gives speeches around, especially in the World Economic Forum. He has given speeches, and he is a futurist. Interestingly, he has a lot of hope in the future, especially regarding how machines essentially will replace man. Right, and even with this notion of algorithms in a way will be biological. There'll be these are his words, biometric sensors in order to interpret our feelings. So this AI's algorithms within us are going to help us know ourselves better than we ourselves know ourselves or others know ourselves. So very interesting, kind of scary in a way that also it could be monitored, like feelings can be monitored. So you would have not only the thought police of Orwell, but you would have actually the thought police. There would actually be looking into your thoughts, at your feelings. So it's he does mention how it's kind of scary in a way, but again, technology in the wrong hands or in those who do not believe in the transcendental value of man is definitely a problem. So let's look at this interesting article. I do want to read some excerpts from the book too, but I don't want to make this video too long. I'll possibly do 2 videos. Let me share my screen here, and I want you to see this article written by Kennedy Hall, who has an up-and-coming YouTube channel, Catholic, also traditional Catholic. Good man, and he's also a writer at LifeSite News. LifeSite News, excellent articles. Here's the man right here. Hopefully you can see him. He's Jewish, not Kennedy Hall. Sorry, let's go back to Yuval Noah Harari. He's Jewish. He's openly gay, and he's smart. The book is not that well written. Easy to read, which is a plus. Very knowledgeable, not that profound. He promotes scientism. Scientism believes in the absolute value of science. Science becomes a religion. He's an atheist. He's a secularist. He's a materialist. He reduces man to matter, and that's the underlying problem here. And that's what Marxism is essentially. He is a communist, maybe not economically, but he is a communist philosophically, with what you call the material dialectic, which believes, or Marx believed, that man is essentially a homo fabet, right? Man is he who does. Man is he who does. right? He's because Marx wanted to really not enter. His philosophy didn't want to enter into the realm of ideas, which it has to necessarily, but he wanted to change the world. He wanted pure practical philosophy. So he focused on this, the practical aspect. So, and he focused on it so much that man is only valued in the sense that he is practical. He works. So you see this a lot in Harari. He even talks about a useless class. There's going, because of automation replacing jobs, there's going to be a useless class, is what he says. He does put it right in quotes, but still, I mean, that's very worrisome. It's alluding, it's implying to we're only valuable to the sense that we have work. Right? There's no inherent dignity. There's only a moral dignity from what I do, and that's not true. There is an inherent dignity for all men. All right, so this is article, very well written. Kennedy Hall writes very straightforward, and it's I like the first paragraph here. If there's any men who have emerged from the hypnosis of the COVID debacle with larger than life persona, they are Klaus Schwab and Yuval Harari. So again, with the Great Reset is actually fruit of COVID and the lockdowns. They have to reassess or transform socio-economically on the macro and the micro levels in the entire world. It's becoming clear, I'm going to this paragraph here, I'm not going to read the whole thing, that Schwab is no ordinary elite globalist, and the ideas inherent to his proposed global reorganization are not your average crony capitalist pseudo-socialist musings. Yeah, there's something new to this. In other videos, I've been saying that, you know, those who promote the Great Reset and things like that are communists, or they promote worldwide communism, but it's something new. It's something new. It's Glenn Beck says his book is corporatism run amok. It's definitely we're seeing something new, which with definitely fundamental tenets of communism, right? But we're seeing something new again. I do want to show you this short video of them speaking. It's 2 minutes. Klaus Schwab speaking, and then what's his name? Yuval Noah Harari speaking. Short video. I'm gonna expand it a little bit and turn up the volume here.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers. Is it imaginable?
I think that is imaginable.
So I want to stop here because this is really, then this is what Harari is talking about. Sensors, interior, they can interpret your feelings to the exterior, right? Or biometric sensors, and this is unimaginable. He says he's going to say yes, it's imaginable. But it's dangerous, and even Harari mentions it's dangerous. He says that imagine North Korea having their hands in this type of technology. They would be able to tell through these sensors who exactly, right, interiorly is following the regime and who isn't. They're able to see if there's interior obedience, interior alignment, and that is scary, and you can't really lie through the exterior because these biometric sensors apparently, right, will interpret feelings. One of the things that Harari talks about a lot is that man is just full of feelings. Man is just a creature dominated by passions, and he is not reasonable. Everything essentially the reason why man does anything at all is following his feelings, which is not true at all. So he's going to associate rationality with machines, with artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is rational. Man, irrational. They don't know what's going on. In some cases, that's true, but no, we're rational too. We do have objectivity, right? So it's kind of like, no, we listen to the machines. The machines will interpret even our own feelings, and what they say is, right, is infallible. It's totally true. and even says this in the future, it could be that the machines in healthcare tell us to do something, the artificial intelligence, the algorithm within us, tell us to do something, right? Having a practical effect from some, let's say there's some health problem, an algorithm detects it, and it says to the doctor, it communicates somehow, and then we have to do this. And then Harari says we have to listen, right? Because the algorithms are infallible. This has become the new God, right? This has become the new God, essentially. All right, let's continue with this video.
I think I think, you know, you can imagine that. You can imagine, well, you're going to be sort of transplanted into, you know, the internet, so to speak, to live forever in a digital realm.
In places like Silicon Valley.
Okay, so these are just snippets. So here's Harari talking in an interview.
Immortality is out, but immortality is in. Everybody's talking about immortality. Google has just established 2 or 3 years ago a sub-company called Calico, whose stated aim is to solve the problem of death. We've solved search, now we'll solve death. And they are not the only ones. And basically they are saying death is not some metaphysical phenomenon. We don't have to wait for the second coming of Christ in order to solve it. A couple of geeks in a laboratory can do it. We are probably one of the last generations of Homo sapiens. Decision-making will increasingly shift from humans to these algorithms. And just as in the early modern age, authority came down from the clouds, from above the clouds to humanity. So in the next stage of history, authority will shift back from humans to the clouds, not to the gods, but to the Microsoft cloud, to the Google cloud. They'll just understand us so well that it will be crazy not to listen to their advice about what book to read, whom to marry, where to work, and what to vote in the elections.
You see this? This is an absolute faith in technology, and technology, I'm not saying is a bad thing, but this absolutist valuing of technology is very dangerous. And especially with the atheistic mindset, you transform this technology into God. It's just as simple as that, right? It becomes God, right? That's he's saying, and he says it, right? Despising the religious mentality since before, right? The authority is coming from above. Now it's going to come from below. So this is literally the Antichrist, the mentality of the Antichrist, where man replaces God. And we're seeing this unfold. We're seeing this unfold, and it's clear there in the Catechism that there is going to be a global event that is really going to is going to be so much anti-God, anti-Christ that we're going to have to choose either that or following Christ. I mean, those times are coming. All right, well, I'll leave it at that. Remember, God is in control, so we can never have too much despair. We worry in a healthy manner, never in a disorderly manner. We worry, but we trust because everything's under God's providence. Right? Nothing, not even the hair that falls from your head, is outside God's providing. The word providing in providence. All right, well, we'll leave it at that. God bless and take care.